the mayor, city council, or city staff. The mayor, city council, and city staff may respond after the comment period has concluded. Speakers shall refrain from personal attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the city council. Now, besides this public comment period, we have 3 public hearings tonight that are separate from this comment period. And it would be best if you saved your comments for those until that comment period time. Those applications are application GP4 2025 for the general plan change to adopt station area plans, application Z4 2025 for a zone change on property at 4048 South, 4800 West, and application Z5 2025, which is an appeal of the Planning Commission denial for a zone change for property at 2342 South, 5600 West. So I'll turn the time over to speaker 1.
Hi there. My name is Karina McClellan. I'm with Ability Inclusion Services. We are a nonprofit organization that serves adults with developmental and intellectual disabilities in the Valley. And I'm here to share our services with the council as well as the community and invite you to our upcoming art show. We have a community day program located here in West Valley. And within that program, we have a creative arts department where participants can express themselves through painting and mixed media crafts. We proudly showcase our talents at our annual art show, which will be held on Thursday, September 25th at our center. And I'd like to invite you and the community to attend this spectacular fundraising event. If you scan the QR code on your invite, you will be able to view all the pieces of art that will go up for auction. If you're not able to attend, but you wish to purchase art, you can bid right from the comfort of your own home, and I will deliver any winning pieces. The auction will open up at 9 a.m. and then will conclude at 8 p.m. And new this year, if you flip your invitation over, you will see we are offering a mocktails and masterpiece painting class this year. No experience is needed. You can come and paint a beautiful flower in a step-by-step class that is conducted by a really great instructor. And all the proceeds from the show and the painting class will go directly to support our creative arts department. Also part of our community day program, we have a library and a sensory room, as well as an indoor and outdoor adaptive fitness center that is staffed by an exercise specialist in partnership with students from the University of Utah, Salt Lake Community College, and Joyce University. They assist our individuals in improving their physical functionality and our range of motion. We have a large focus on community inclusion. So we are always ensuring that our clients are engaging with the broader community and they're out and about socializing and participating in various activities. Since people with disabilities often suffer from isolation and depression, we make a concentrated effort to make sure that they're out and about visiting places like festivals, museums, volunteering, and more to help build those relationships and foster social connections. Due to their disability, none of our individuals are able to drive, so we are partnered with UTA to offer that door-to-door service. We also have our own fleet of accessible vehicles that we utilize for outings and appointments. And finally, we have our residential services that provide support with daily living skills, grocery shopping, community engagement, as well as financial and medical case management. And we are currently building our brand new 12-unit fully ADA compliant residential building at 2574 South Redwood Road, which is about a mile from our community day program. So I will be sure to come back and invite you all to our ribbon cutting. The new building is going up quite nicely and it is scheduled to be completed about December, January. So thank you.
Thank you. Speaker 2.
Mike Markham. And sitting through the council meeting today, it sounded to me like we went from 40% that a person can tie up their front yard for parking to 50%. So they can add another car. You seem like you keep giving the people that don't care more leeway, where you're taking it away from the people that really care about the community. I'm struggling with with that concept when you guys spent all that money for that guy to do the survey on the city, and it came up that people felt like they needed a better image out here where I don't see where there's a lot going on to increase our image out here. My question would be for the house that's on the corner by me that has the totaled Hyundai sitting in the front yard with the cover on it. If they were to take the cover off and paint it green, could that be part of their landscaping and foliage? Because we seem to enjoy that kind of thing. Thanks.
Thank you. Speaker 3?
I think I'm 3. My name is Sherry Kimball Biesinger. I'm a lifelong resident of West Valley City. My profession is I'm an accountant, but my passion is I'm a historian. I have served as a city historian and city history leader for the West Valley City Historical Foundation. In addition to my historical work, I've spent the past 36 years leading community service efforts through the Sharing Team and my nonprofit Give Back Utah. These organizations have supported schools, food banks, homeless shelters, and countless families in this area. I love this community deeply, and my work has always been centered on caring for West Valley City and its people and its ways. I am here tonight with one request: that our city finally secure a permanent museum. West Valley City, the second largest city in Utah, and yet we remain one of the very few, Kearns and West Valley, with no museum to preserve and share our amazing history. This is a gap in our community that's been felt for many years. For almost 2 decades, I've worked tirelessly to preserve the city's story and to find a permanent home for it. Despite many attempts, we've never received approval for a lasting solution, and I can't buy a building myself. In the meantime, our history has been scattered. Some artifacts are in the Historical Society, and they're stored locked in the Salt Lake or Utah Cultural Celebration Center, but the majority are in our homes, in our garages, and in our basement. In my home, I have 2 rooms that are filled with the history of West Valley City. I do this because I love the city. But we all know this is not a permanent solution. I have personally spent over $20,000 of my own funds over the last 20 years maintaining the history websites, purchasing historical artifacts, and almost monthly setting up history displays across West Valley City so that others can be connected to our past. This work has been done independently, but without a permanent home, because I believe our city's story deserves to be remembered. The community's passion for history proves how important it is. We've got a couple of Facebook pages that have over 2 million memories in them, pictures and comments. And 9,100 members. We have a second Facebook history page with 1 million memories and 4,200 members. We have a website, westvalleycityhistory.com, that each month has at least 5,000 visitors every month to read the history of our city. And we've archived over 10,000 articles, photos, and stories on that space, hundreds of thousands of artifacts and images. But now we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, is what I think it is. The Lighthouse Church, most of our big historical buildings are gone. The Lighthouse Church, or the Jordan North Stake, is one of the last historic landmarks in our city. It is 80 years old. It was built by the majority of the community, donated by the very citizens in our community. Preserving it as a city museum would not only honor their sacrifices, but also provide culture, education, and civic resources for generations to come. The museum would be operated by the West Valley Historical Foundation, a nonprofit that we have, as the West Valley Symphony is also privately run. This means the city gains a permanent museum without having to shoulder the entire operation burden. The West Valley Historical Foundation is committed to ensure the success of a museum project. We already have private donors who believe in the vision, and we are actively pursuing grant opportunities to help us with any expenses that we have. We have volunteers like the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers, as well as many West Valley residents that would love to help maintain this museum. With community support combined with private and grant funding, we are confident that this project can be accomplished in a sustainable and responsible way. I recognize the importance of a program such as piano lessons, ukulele lessons, English lessons, sewing, basketball, and other enrichment activities in the community center. And I love the My Hometown program. I was there since the beginning. These programs build skills, confidence, and community connections. But I also know that the history of our amazing city is equally important, preserving and sharing our story, providing roots, identity, and pride, things that strengthen every other program and every resident who calls West Valley home. This is our moment. I don't want to see West Valley's story locked away. I don't want to see our history forgotten.
Okay, we're out of time.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I've
Thank
got
you.
a display in the back.
Okay, speaker 4.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. There's nothing on the screens. That's why there's nobody's seeing the timer. Saturday at the Northeast Granger Fall Festival opening of the CRC, I learned something, and it goes with the proclamation that was read by Ms. Wood. Utah is the only state that recognizes the Pacific Islanders for the whole month. Some group it into a day, and it was interesting to know. I didn't know that, and I think that would have been a great thing to have in the proclamation, that this is the only state in the United States, not just our city. The state recognizes it. And so also, if you didn't come out, we see the guys at a lot of the events, the dancing, the fire dancing. At the CRC, they had the women and the girls there. They are just as amazing. So for the ones that didn't make it out there. On the arts thing, what about, we have some big rooms at the community, or at this, at the community, or what do I say, the CCC, the Community Resource Center, or whatever, the Culture Center. Why don't we put it in there? You know, if we're looking for a place to have it. And I know Councilman Christensen's been looking for those historic stuff to get out of storage for years. He's been asking for that. So maybe the Culture Center is the answer for that. The discussion about the parking, the driveways, the surface. Right off the top of my head, I can pop 20 addresses that I can think of that are more than a decade have had under the current violations. Even with the new ordinances, it isn't going to change. Code enforcement, they're not going to go out there and get an abatement and go cut this concrete and stuff out. People are going to keep widening it. Instead of putting it in the ordinance, changing all these ordinance, why don't we offer a permit plan where the code enforcement, where we're planning, because they're clearly out of touch with what is happening in the city, where we can send somebody out and they can look at the property and say, okay, it's a corner lot. This might be good for the neighborhood, instead of doing all this other stuff. And so my time is probably getting close. So that's it.
Thank you. Was there anyone else that wished to speak that didn't have a chance to sign up? Mr. Curtis?
Yeah, Daryl Curtis, 3860 South Marcia Drive. I want to talk about the charter schools that we have in our city. I live right by one, and it is almost impossible to get through. When parents are dropping off their kids or when they're picking them up, sometimes they're double parked. And right across the street is where a new U of U hospital is going to be as well. So if it's not addressed sooner, it's going to be a problem later on. It's still a problem for us that live by that charter school. And I was surprised also the new charter school up on 56 West, right there before you get to 47th with the high school. The traffic there for dropping off goes clear down to Hunter High, clear up to the charter school. So they're somehow that they have to address that the parents cannot, each parent cannot drop off one child. It's just not reasonable. There needs to be something else done to address the issue for the students there. Because us that live there, it's causing more problems. I know there's another charter school over off of Parkway Boulevard over there by Mountain View. No one lives around there right now, but there will be a retirement community going in. And so the traffic is going to increase and everything else. So I just bring it to your attention that those of us that live by those are really suffering the consequences of what decisions have made to put those charter schools in. I know they don't have buses, but they need something more than just the road, because there's no way that we can continue that. And one other thing, I live on Marcia Drive, and the UDOT took our several houses out when they put in Mountain View, and we have a weed patch that we've addressed to the West Valley City, but we also contacted the highway, the state of Utah. Everyone says it's someone else's decision. There's someone else's problem. It's not ours. And they said that they will come and mow it down. They haven't. And I have had more weeds in my yard than I ever have because of that weed patch that's there. So if there's some way to change that from a weed patch to a park or something else so that we can get rid of those weeds and everything else to beautify our neighborhood. With houses there, it wasn't that big of a problem because the houses were nice, but now that we don't have that, we just have weeds. So that is another concern. But really, those with the charter schools, and I'm sure that there's others in the works that could be coming up. It is a problem for those.
Is application GP 4 2025. In 2022, the Utah legislature passed House Bill 462, which required cities with fixed guideway public transit stations to adopt station area plans for the area within 1.5 miles radius of the center of the guideway public transit station platform. After significant research that began in the spring of 2024 and outreach that include a survey, workshops, and discussions with Planning Commission and the City Council, this action would adopt area station plans for 1/2 mile areas surrounding River Trail Station, Redwood Junction Station, Decker Lake Light Rail Stations, and now we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone that wishes to speak to this matter?
Mayor, council, appreciate you taking the time. My name's Josh Seavey. I am speaking on behalf of Bike LLC and commenting on the River Trail specifically. We've been working kind of hand in hand with Steve in planning, and they've been great through this whole thing. And our comments mainly kind of center around the impacts, the future impacts that may come due to this, and the density that's planned to go around, specifically Metro Business Park and the surrounding areas. Some properties have been identified as redevelopable, and we have since realized that 2400 South is included in this redevelopable area, and this would cause our property at 1171 West to lose every bit of its access. And so we would just ask that the council consider future implications for business uses in the area and job implications that could come due to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, Jim Visock. My concern with this is when the state asks for something and it seems to be so simple and stuff like that, that the city's going to be pigeon-toed into, okay, this is what you said in 2025, in 2035, when some of the stuff might start happening, this is what you have to do. And I hopefully that our administration and the city is watching that very, very carefully, because we've seen it happen. The state puts out something, real simple, and then all of a sudden you guys are stuck. And that's not what I want to see, for a lot of the same reason as the gentleman before me said. So
Thank you.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. My name's Therese Walton, and I represent Bike LLC as well. We are property owners inside the Metro Business Park at 1171 West, 2400 South. And so I'm speaking on specifically on River Trail Station area. One of the things I'd just like to say first is we were notified very late in the process. So it wasn't until I think May of this year that we even knew that this was happening. And so there was no outreach, which was a little disappointing because we are a property owner and a stakeholder. And so just a couple things I'd like to comment on. Some of the challenges in this River Trail Station area in converting it to residential, assuming that you've all seen the map and been inside Metro Business Park, at least in recent times, there's a land use conflict. We've got office and industrial properties all throughout the area. And quite honestly, these areas are zoned for manufacturing, warehousing, logistics, and other activities that can generate traffic, noise, emissions, and introducing housing could cause potential conflicts. And some of those conflicts are public safety and health, heavy truck traffic with pedestrians, cyclists, school children in the area can pose issues. Industrial sites can involve hazardous materials, causing issues with housing. And one other thing, while rail stations do promote residential and density, it's not the case in every single rail station. This particular rail station is commercial. And although there is residential surrounding the Metro Business Park, these buildings are going to be left, it's going to be difficult for our industrial office building to be surrounded by multifamily or single-family homes, and being able to coexist together. It's usually a problem, and it's mostly a problem for the residential with all the things that I mentioned, the noise, the pollution, traffic, et cetera, and the safety. I just, you know, you might wonder why I'm here so late in the game, because I know tonight is voting night, but we weren't notified until May. We've been working with planning, and we were able to get a couple things changed from planning, and that's the ultimate plan that's been presented to you. So we're here again tonight to just say maybe on the River Trail Station area, maybe we can hold back. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak on this matter? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. And does Mr. Pastrick want to get up and address any of the concerns?
Thank you, Mayor. I think I'll just make two comments unless there are questions. So there's really only one place where we're showing residential in within the River Trail area, or at least a change to residential. And that's on the property that's it's known as the KSOP property, where Roots Charter School, I think, is leasing property there. So that is directly west of the Metro Business Park where residential is shown. In prior iterations, there was some multifamily within Metro Business Park right by the track station. That's been removed. So really the only place that's showing new residential adjacent to Metro Business Park is on the KSOP property. The map, and this is for reference, this is in or on page 53 of the document. It does show some properties that are highlighted as potential redevelopment sites. But that was really part of the analysis the consultant did, where they tried to identify properties that we're likely to redevelop, just given how much is on the property, the value of the property, that sort of thing. So that is shown on the map. However, as far as the use is concerned, this city is showing the same use, that it would continue to be commercial. So if it were to redevelop, we're not suggesting that that be residential. So again, just to reiterate, the only place we're showing new residential that's next to or Metro Business Park is the KSOP property, and there's no residential shown within Metro Business Park.
Okay. Does the council have any questions of Mr. Pastrick?
And just for clarification, even if we designate these as the station area plan, it may stay the same for 50 years.
Right. Right. So this, this doesn't change the zoning. Someone would have to petition the city to change the zoning and then develop the property, but it could remain a radio tower and, you know, agricultural use indefinitely at this point.
Steve, how about the Georgia School is still there, or you know about that radio?
So they're, I understand they're leasing the property, at least as far as being able to grow things on it. I'm not sure what the term of their lease is, but that's my understanding, is they were leasing the property.
The leasing property, okay. And each side of that, we should still keep the commercial. or
Correct,
manufacturer.
right. Right. So right now, all the property within Metro Business Park is basically staying, in terms of the general plan, is staying as it is.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'll now turn this to the council for discussion or a motion.
I would move for approval of ordinance 25-23.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Nordfelt,
Yes. Yes.
I believe he said yes. The sound may not be working. Mayor Ling,
Yes,
motion passes unanimously.
thank you. Okay, we'll go to our next public hearing, which is application Z4 2025, filed by Ivy Collins, who is seeking a zone change from R18 and commercial to R17 for property located at 4048 South, 4800 West. This request contains 2 parcels, and if the rezone is approved, the applicant intends to remove the existing carport structure and build one single family dwelling. I will now open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on this matter?
Sorry, my skirt's falling. I
Words I
just
never
hate
thought
to
I'd
just
hear.
continue to reduce the size of building lots. You know, we want to go now down to 7. We're seeing all these fires in neighborhoods where the fires now are jumping from house to house because they're so close together. Or if we're going to start doing that, put in some building code so there's some fire retardants or whatever on the sides of the houses where we're building them so close together. So I just hate to see the sizes of the lots get smaller and smaller. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, I'll now close the public hearing and turn the time to the council for discussion or a motion. There are 2 items, the zone change and then the development agreement.
And Mayor, I mentioned last meeting, study meeting, that I wanted to have the no basement walkout language included in the development agreement. I'm still not comfortable with the current language. I would prefer, and I'll try to articulate it better next time, but I'd like that no basement walkouts shall be allowed until after the new ownership is transferred, right? Because a builder could get C of O and then get another permit, add a basement entrance, and then sell it. And that's my concern is, I'm fine if a homeowner wants to do it later. I just don't like that builders are doing it as a marketing tactic to sell their houses. So I'll be a no on this one just because of the way the current development agreement is, but that's where I'm at.
Or do you want to do an amendment to the development agreement?
Happy to do that if there's.
That's the second, motion.
I would move that we approve ordinance 25-24.
I'll second.
Second, and this is for the zone change.
Zone change.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Kamic?
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone, Councilmember Harmon,
No.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
and we're going to try Councilmember Nordfelt.
Yes.
Doesn't look like his audio is working, so he's going to let me know with the thumbs up or if he approves. I'm not seeing that, so.
Okay.
And Mayor Lang,
Yes,
motion passes by majority.
thank you. We'll now go to resolution 25-108, which is the development agreement for this application.
Move to approve resolution 25-108.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
No.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Nordfelt has indicated a thumbs up,
Okay,
and Mayor Lang.
yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. We'll now go to our last public hearing, which is application Z5-2025, filed by Valor Properties. The property owner is appealing the Planning Commission's denial for rezoning of the property. The rezone request consists of two parcels at 2342 South, 5600 West. The applicant would like to operate a mechanic shop out of the buildings and use the back of the property as an outside storage yard for construction equipment and materials. So I'll now open the public hearing. Is there anyone that wishes to speak to this matter?
Hey there, council. My name is Jose Luna. I am one of the owners at this property. Pretty much breakdown, I don't know, majority of you guys may know, may not know what's going on with this property. We bought the property from Utah. It's two parcels, with one parcel currently being in a pending lawsuit, boundary discretions, things like that. So we currently only have one of our parcels available, which has those existing buildings on it. And at the moment, pending the whole boundary stuff like that, we're at, I believe it's 0.46 acres, which is about 13,500 square feet, which doesn't comply with any of like the minimum requirements or anything under LI, which is currently zoned for. The manufacturer, switching over to manufacturing is just necessarily just for the auto shop because light industrial doesn't allow that. We're not planning to do anything crazy as heavy manufacturing. It's just to be able to use what we currently have to be able to operate. Currently, we don't have anything that we can do with the property. It's personal use. It's not anything else. My business partner and I, we own and operate our construction companies. I was born and raised in West Valley. We come from there and everything. So yeah, we talked to Planning Commission. We offered to not necessarily redevelop, but give it a facelift. I don't know if you guys have seen the current property. It's not been used for like the last 20 years. Utah owned it. It was more of like a storage yard for them when they were doing Mountain View. Next to us on the south is a new Maverick that's going in, and on the north is a junkyard, I believe is what, or auto shop or something like that. Um, so yeah, all we asked for was for that, as far as being able to redevelop the property, give it a facelift, color, asphalt, concrete, landscape, all that good stuff. I believe there's a letter that we had to submit for the appeal. That's pretty much about it as far as the background for that application and appeal.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Anyone else wish to speak? Okay. I will now close the public hearing and turn this issue over to the council for discussion or a motion.
I'm inclined to agree with planning commission on this, and I'll motion to deny ordinance 25-25.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
No.
Councilmember Christensen,
No.
and Councilmember Nordfelt voted yes. And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion for denial passes by majority.
Okay, thank you. We will now go to our consent agenda. We have 7 items on our consent agenda tonight, including resolutions to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the state of Utah to provide law enforcement services, a memorandum of understanding with the Utah Attorney General, the execution of a professional services agreement with Sioux Solutions, the execution of a cooperative emergency access agreement with UDOT, and some of our usual deeds, easements, reappointment of members to our Professional Standards Review Board. I'll turn the time to the council for discussion or a motion on one or all items at once.
Motion to approve all 7 items on the consent agenda.
Second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Nordfelt is a yes, and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We will now convene as a board of canvassers and review one final item this evening, Utah State Code. The mayor and council are the legislative per Utah State Code is maybe the better way to say it. The mayor and council are the legislative body for West Valley City that are therefore designated as the Board of Municipal Canvassers. We are required to canvass the returns of the primary election that was held on August 12th. I don't know why I'm in April of 2025. Our city recorder provided the final numbers to us this afternoon. Those numbers indicate that the following candidates will proceed to the general election in November. And by the way, one of our members of our council went to the county on the 19th to witness an audit of these results. So council member at large will be Lars Norfelt and Heidi Ruggenbuck. District 2, Scott Harmon and Danny George Jr. District 4, Cindy Wood, and I do not know how to say his first name if anybody wants to help, but Wesley Amaso. And the election will also include candidates for mayor that will be held on November 4th, 2025. So I will turn the time to the Board of Canvassers for a discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 25-117.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic?
Councilmember Wood,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilmember Harmon,
Yes.
Councilmember Hune,
Yes.
Councilmember Christensen,
Yes.
Councilmember Nordfelt is a yes, and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We have no need for a closed session this evening. So we do have one short meeting after this one for the special redevelopment meeting. And so for this meeting, we just have one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, I'm up. Yep.
So I'd like to call to order the redevelopment agency meeting of August 26, 2025. It's 7:21 PM and we are here in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. I will note that all members are present or in person or virtually, and we've already had our opening ceremony this evening. So we have our minutes of July 22nd. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The first item is a resolution, 2508, to renew the Hometown Scholars Contribution Agreement with the University of Utah. The RDA will use its state law mandated housing set-aside money to provide affordable housing and other tools to at least 12 students from West Valley City that will attend the University of Utah in the fall of 2025. These students will be in the program and will live at Fairborn Station. They will attend classes via the TRAX line and will be provided other mentor and scholarship opportunities through the university to ensure their success. I'll turn the time over to the agency for discussion or a motion.
I might just point out, these students are all first-generation college students. So they're the first of their families that have been there at college. And last week, we were out of the Buddhist temple celebrating their 5th anniversary, and one of the speakers there was one of these students. And she's very articulate and would not have had the opportunity to study beyond high school without this type of a program. And if nobody else wants to say anything, I will move to approve Resolution 2508.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Nicole, will you take a roll call vote?
Mr. Whetstone,
Yes.
Mr. Harmon,
Yeah.
Mr. Hune,
Yes.
Ms. Lang,
Yes.
Mr. Christensen,
Yes.
Mr. Nordfeld is yes, and Chairperson Wood.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you. Our second resolution is Resolution 2509. The resolution is to provide a temporary construction easement to Enbridge Gas Company to temporarily use the property on the south side of 3300 South along Cultural Center Drive owned by the RDA for the boring of a gas main under the Jordan River. I'll turn the time over to the agency for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve Resolution 25-09.
Will you please take a roll call vote?
Mr. Whetstone,
Yes.
Mr. Harmon,
Yes.
Mr. Hune,
Yes.
Ms. Lang,
Yes.
Mr. Christensen,
Yes.
Mr. Nordfeld is a yes, and Chairperson Wood.
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
and the last action item is to adjourn. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.